President Erdogan at Teknofest. Here is the painting of the century of Turkey, announcing the number of people attending the 2023 Teknofest. President Erdogan said, "This is the painting of the century of Turkey," said. Erdogan also gave remarkable messages regarding the ongoing discussions about asylum seekers. President Erdogan made statements at the event area of Teknofest, the world's largest aviation, space and technology festival held at Etimesgut Airport. Here are the highlights from President Erdogan's speech. "I would like to express my gratitude to the participants and visitors of Teknofest Ankara. Teknofest is like my son. 6 years ago, I had the pride of taking my granddaughter Aybike in one lap and Teknofest, whose idea was in formation in those days, in my other lap. Here is the table of the century of Turkey. I learned that 1 million young people from all levels applied to the 2023 Teknofest. This painting is the Turkish century painting. Those who want to see the passion for freedom that circulates in the veins of this nation, which does not bow to anyone in the most difficult times, should come and have a look at you here. Attending the nation is not a job to be hately. The only duty of those who take the lead in order to manage the state, develop the country and serve the people, is to fulfill this responsibility on behalf of the nation. Protecting the homeland is not something to be done with such valor and lying on your side. For him, it is the blood that makes the flags the flag. The land is the homeland. If there is anyone who dies for it, we will work without stopping, without rest, so that we can be worthy of our ancestors and protect our future. There is a youth sending missiles to space. We will work nonstop so that we can protect our future, as in the song of the late Samkaraka. Our country was once said to be a worker. You are a worker, but now, albeit tight. Now there is a youth who sends missiles into space. We now have UAVs. We have radars. We are in the sky with all this. Lots of Gemeses Turkey. We tore up a lot of scenarios, broke a lot of games, and survived a lot of traps until we got to this stage. We still have threats to watch out for. We must learn well the values of civilization, whose roots reach deep into history, and put them into practice. The fate of nations that cannot keep up with the times is doomed to be miserable. There are many examples around us that have lost their future because they cannot protect their values. This country is not a passing intel. There are those who try to turn refugees into seeds of hatred. However, the lesson we can learn by looking at these people and what happened to them is different. As a state, we are doing what is necessary by separating the good from the bad and the victim from the charlatan. Don't worry, this country is not a passerby in, a freebie's bed, or a derelict land that no one dares to invade. The day we are the same with oppressions is our doom. At the same time, we are big, strong, different, with the qualities that distinguish ourselves from colonialists, oppressors, and those who drown the rest of humanity and the world in blood fire for their interests. The day we lose the qualities that make up the assets of our civilization and become the same as the oppressors is our doom. Do not forget that all those who covet the existence and unity of this country by triggering social fault lines by dragging the nation into pessimism are the activities of the fifth branch. Commitment is a crime. We also say that there are problems that we need to solve in many areas. From economy to infrastructure, diagnosis is one thing to solve a problem. It is another to pursue sedition and mischief. Expressing differences is legitimate. Mischief is a crime. We want democracy in Western standards. We should implement similar regulations in hate crimes. We are going to conduce our youth for goodness. Whichever rope you pull, the ends come out to the same places throughout the history of humanity. The ancient fight between those who compete in good and those who try to spread evil continues today. We are after our youth to compete in charity. It is clear what is the problem of those who provoke the nation against each other, and the workers with false news We trust our youth. We know the inclination of our youth toward science, technology, research and development, and respect for others. For this reason, we make all our investments in young people. We eliminate the challenge with the universities we opened in each of our provinces. We eliminated the backlogs in the transition to higher education. New educational institutions are also rapidly coming into play. Our vocational high schools and vocational high schools are no longer turning into places that train sought-after personnel, not intermediate personnel. It makes the career race of our youth both fairer and more sustainable. Once again, I wish Teknofest Ankara good luck. I would like to thank everyone, especially our T3 Foundation. Share from President Erdogan posting on his Twitter account about Teknofest. President Erdogan said, "The painting of the century of Turkey," said in his sharing, Erdogan gave place to the contestants who received awards.